Come from somewhere other than, as one writer said, just the wombs of our mothers and the seeds of our fathers. We have a long history and a long lineage, and for that we're really grateful, and so is Kanye, because he stands on strong shoulders, tall shoulders.
As we discussed in part 1, Kanye is indeed an industry baby, groomed to be who he is today. We learned that he is a MK Ultra victim and also a Satan worshiper. In this video, I want to drive home this fact with a few more examples if I haven't convinced you of this already, and dig deeper into his Donda album, the visuals, and other shenanigans that he has been up to lately. Let's start with Kanye and his quote-unquote breakdowns. We all remember his concert where he exposed some of his industry friends. He was put under the 5150 hold by the Kardashians, and after that he dyed his hair blonde and began acting strange.
About everything. Everyone, this is my experience. Some people have other experiences. You feel everyone wants to kill you. You pretty much don't trust anyone, and they have this moment where they put you, they handcuff you, they drug you, they put you on the bed, and they separate you from everyone you know. That's something that I am so happy that I experienced myself, so I can start by changing that moment. When you are in that state, you have to have someone you trust. It is cruel and primitive to do that. Here's another one that they love to do when you get the stigma of crazy. They love to write you off, handcuff you, they drug you, they put you on the bed, and they separate you from everyone you know.
West was being treated for sleep deprivation when his doctor reportedly called 911 saying he was psychotic.
I think he definitely is going to need to be hospitalized, so I went to the police by itself.
A copy of the 911 tape that set all of this in motion. This was the call that his doctor made back last Monday.
I'm actually one of his doctors. I'm just calling from my cell phone to request if we can have some police backup, because I don't think the paramedics, you can bring both. Yes, I think he definitely is going to need to be hospitalized, so I went to the police by itself. You can just keep an eye on him. Just try to obviously here with don't keep let him get any weapons or anything like that. If anything changes, if he does become physically combative between now and when the police and or paramedics get their calls back immediately, 911. Will do. Thank you so much.
Well, right now, Kanye West is under observation at this hospital. Behind me, a source telling us he is suffering from exhaustion and sleep deprivation, and that he checked himself in voluntarily.
The call came in at 1:20 p.m. Medical emergency at a West Hollywood address. Earlier, the Heartless Singers team had cancelled all remaining dates of West's St. Pablo tour. Last night, West's wife, Kim Kardashian, was supposed to make her first public appearance since she was held at gunpoint and robbed in Paris last month.
Strange. He went on TMZ and explained how slavery was a choice, which pissed off the masses. And shortly after that, he became one of the most hated people in America.
Subconscious. It was a feeling I had. Like people were taught how to think. We're taught how to feel. We don't know how to think for ourselves. We don't know how to feel for ourselves. People say feel free, but they don't really want us to feel free. And I felt a freedom in, first of all, just doing something that everybody tells you not to do. For 400 years, that sounds like a choice. Like, you was there for 400 years and it's all of y'all? It's like we're mentally in prison. I like the word prison because slavery goes too direct to the idea of blacks.
So he had to redeem himself, and he did that by switching to his Christian altar. In order for Kanye to redeem himself, he had to basically lurk in the shadows and pretend to be a Christian. Using his divisiveness, he began a certain type of church called the Sunday Service that was first established in early 2019.
Church, or what's going on? Because I see that there's a church now that he's going to.
Yeah, we didn't really have a name for it because it's more of just a healing experience. It was something that
it looks like fun based on the videos that I've seen.
It is. It's so just like emotional. The music is so, it really is this healing experience for anyone that just is.
You all go to this?
It's really uplifting and you feel excellent. We have so many friends that maybe feel a little too judgmental when they go to church or something like that. When they come here, they feel so free, and safe is what everybody says, and you have a great time. It's a beautiful way to start your week, and you feel just love
a
and
musical
happy.
experience that is pretty moving.
Do you pray to Kanye or to God at this church?
There's no praying, there's no sermon, there's no word, it's just music and it's just a feeling. It's Christian.
It is, yeah, but there is some theme, because otherwise it's a concert, right? I mean,
Yes, it definitely
a lot of gospel
has,
songs.
It's very, there's the choir, it's gospel music, it is.
Sing Jesus Walks.
Yeah, so it's,
Thank
it's
you,
kind
Courtney.
of a mixture.
Thank you.
Just clarify.
Service, like a musical ministry. It is, they talk about Jesus and God and...
Is there a minister there?
Sometimes. So if he goes to a different church where they've shown up and done these surprise little pop-up Sunday services at other churches.
I'm at peace. I'm home.
Now, the problem that I have with Kanye and his Sunday service is that it is straight blasphemy.
Rapper seemingly walking on water with his kids during his Sunday service. The epic visual was held over the weekend at Pinewood Forest in Fayetteville, Georgia, where the dad of four was seen joining his choir during the dramatic entrance.
And we know that these celebrities love to claim that they are Christians, but then in the background they are indeed worshiping Satan. In order to understand this a little bit better, let's start with his albums that's associated with this error. The main two albums that I want to discuss regarding Kanye and his pretend life as a Christian is Donda and Jesus is King. But before I get there, I want to first discuss his Life of Pablo album. A song in particular is Ultralight Beam. I believe that Ultralight Beam was a precursor to the Kanye that he was ready to introduce to the world. Ultralight Beam was a song that he created with Chance the Rapper, and it was supposed to be like a gospel song. It was paying homage to the Ultralight Beam. But what exactly is the Ultralight Beam? From my understanding, the Ultralight Beam is Satan. The Bible says that Satan fell from heaven like a lightning bolt. That in terms is the Ultralight Beam. They never say Yahuwah, they never say the true God of Israel. They always use terms like the light or quote unquote God, but they never really give the true name of the God of Israel, which shows that these people are indeed worshiping their God, their ultralight beam, which is Saturn and or Satan.
Sing it. We're on an ultralight beam. We're on an ultralight beam. This is a God dream. This is a God dream. This is everything. This is everything. Yes. This is everything. Come on, let's take a... Stepping out on.
The next album, like I stated, I wanted to discuss was Jesus is King. Jesus is King was released in November of 2019. And it charted in the top 20 on the Billboard 100. It was described to be a Christian album with songs like Follow God, On God, and Closed on Sundays. A lot of imagery was released with this Jesus is King album that made me realize that he is not worshiping quote unquote Jesus, but Lucifer, the fallen angel, and or Saturn and or Satan. A lot of the imagery that was promoted with this album went hand in hand with the blasphemy that he was doing with his Sunday service that he was also promoting along with this album. I will show you some examples of that now. If you notice with the examples that I just shown you, there was a lot of cube worship, there was a lot of ritual circles, and there was a lot of black and also red undertones during their quote-unquote worship services. Who are they worshiping? What Christian churches have you been to where they have services in a ritual circle, or that they worship in a cube, aka Saturn's cube? If this doesn't prove the point that Kanye is a Saturn worshiper, aka Satan worshiper, let's go ahead and dive into Donda. Now, Donda is a whole really separate video, but I'm going to give you just a sneak peek of what was really being provoked during the whole Donda ritual, I would call it. From the album to the visuals to the concerts, everything associated with his album Donda was purely satanic, and I'm going to prove that to you right now.
Donda, 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 Donda. Donda, 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 Donda. Donda, 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 Donda.
Donda is on my top 5 list for public rituals that has ensnared a multitude of people, but some may call it art. The album itself may trick a lot of lukewarm individuals because it seems as though Kanye was able to turn the whole rap industry to God. But if you look at all the imagery associated with the album, then you will see that the album and Kanye is worshiping Satan, and it's tricking you to do the same. It is very hard for the average person to believe that a person like Kanye could be so double-minded, such a wolf in sheep's clothing, that you will try and force yourself to believe that he is a Christian. He is talking about God, but everything else associated with the album is worshiping Satan. Let's start by looking at the album's listening parties. The first listening party was Kanye in all red with a pure white backdrop. To me, it signified a sacrifice of some sort, which is what people believe happened to Donda. The second listening party was Kanye locking himself in the Mercedes Stadium for a certain amount of time, and then we see him dressed as Black Goo. To me, it was signifying or solidifying the fact that he has went through some sort of transformation. The last listening party is Kanye, and he is on stage in the middle of a ritual circle with all his devil worshiping friends. He has Marilyn Manson, and he has the baby, who recently came out with a music video that was mocking quote unquote Jesus Christ. And then Kanye turned around and burned himself while burning a church in the middle of the ritual circle. And then he married a high-ranking witch, which is Kim Kardashian. In this video, I am not breaking down the meaning of the rituals. I am merely proving to you my point that Kanye is not a quote-unquote Christian, but a Satan worshiper, and that his consciousness is the consciousness of a warlock and not a believer. If you would like to see more on the meaning of Donda and the listening parties, please subscribe to this channel, listen to the podcast, and follow me on Instagram.
The devil took all the producers, the musicians, the designers, moved us all out to Hollywood, moved us all out to New York, chasing gold statues. Literally signing a contract and selling our souls. They got contracts out there that say, you can't say Jesus. When we was working on this album, people used to be coming over the studio just to say Jesus as loud as they wanted to. You can say Jesus in your studio.
Just like that, when someone comes up and says something like, I am a God, everybody says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was. A God. I just told you.
Bro, by 50%, Stanley Kruger. Apostle Paul to any other human being. Don't with me. By 50%, dead or alive. By 50% for the next 1,000 years.
We're on an ultra like me. We're on an ultra like me. This is a God.
Just like that, when someone comes up and says something like, I am a God, everybody says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was. A God.